I'm not the best coder, but I am a pretty strong engineer. I wasn't one of those prodigies who spent all of their time writing code in high school. No, I actually didn't write my first line of code until my first year at college. And even then, I struggled. I was always the kind of kid who would have middle-of-the-road programming and even engineering grades. And that's completely okay, because coding and other technical skills are just a single part about being an engineer. So for all of you who are like me, who questioned whether or not engineering was even right for you, know that it's okay. Let me tell you my story. Right off the bat, I'm an electrical engineer by training. However, over the past 3 years, my job has been completely software. When I graduated school, I joined a rotational program through a well-known auto company. Throughout the rotational program, I've learned how products go through their life cycle, from concept and design all the way to the manufacturing aspect. I've learned from the engineers above me how to design a product, manage relationships with external companies, and then how to bring that design to life. And in order to do this, there's a few key pieces of information that I had to go learn. Improvement number 1. Identify core problems and reasons why solutions are necessary by yourself. When first starting out at a company, it's important to identify the process in which a team and product operates. When I first began, my senior engineers were assigning me tasks to help improve the overall quality of their product. On the product design side, this often looked like managing a Jira or looking at the quality of a product. On the software side, this looked like implementing a method with the algorithm completely mapped out. I was effectively implementing other people's solutions. I wasn't coming up with a solution myself, and the problem was already given to me. In order to kind of move on to the next level of engineering, what you want to do is identify that problem yourself and see if you can come up with a solution that's effectively yours. What I learned to do, and that I found very effective, is ask myself, how would I solve this problem? And if my solution was different than the solution that the senior engineer gave me, I would compare the two. Oftentimes, the senior engineer solution was much better than mine, and guess what? I learned from that, and learned that this is a better way to solve this specific problem. But there were rare occasions that my answer was actually a more effective solution, and because both were implemented, I had data to prove it. I was able to document it, and then show that to the engineer, and my solution was moved forward. And in order to keep finding more and more novel solutions, what you need to do is brush up on some more skills. Improvement number 2, improve your technical writing. Now, I saw this second lesson in a video by Nam Kapoor, and I honestly don't think I'll do it justice, so please go check out his video, as it's a big inspiration for me and this video in general. But as an engineer, what we need to do is improve our technical writing. From why you're proposing a major change, or how you're implementing a system, or how you've identified the root cause of a major problem, everything in industry typically needs to be documented. And doing this in a clear, concise, and effective manner is painstakingly difficult. Great technical thinkers and writers can explain the most complex of topics to whatever audience they need. They can dumb it down to explain it to a 5-year-old, or talk to a PhD level candidate with as much detail as they need. A fun story that I like to tell is I was once asked in an interview how the internet works. It wasn't to prove my technical knowledge, but basically, can I take a large complex topic, boil it down to the main functionality, and explain it back to the interviewer. And if you're able to do this simply, it shows that you have a fundamental understanding of the concept that you're trying to explain. When I was younger, I was awful at this, and honestly, I still don't think I'm the best writer. It's something I'm constantly improving on, but it comes with time. Over time, I've learned a few tips and tricks within the industry to keep constantly improving my technical writing. The very first one is I've tried to reduce the amount of acronyms used. Acronyms, in my opinion, do not save much time. They often just add complexity because people will ask, what does that mean? And as the documents that you're creating get sent to program teams, or even throughout the company that you're in, not everybody's going to have the same fundamental understanding of what the acronym means. Different teams use different acronyms for different purposes, and if they're not in alignment, confusion will just be caused. The second aspect, also talked about very well in Nam's video, is how you write Slack/Teams messages to your coworkers. Oftentimes, I was treating these like text messages. I would send one message after another, correcting my thoughts back and forth in very rapid succession. I used to treat these messages like I was talking to a friend, and oftentimes my coworkers are my friends, but still, I was treating it like very casual conversation. My thoughts were very broken up, very unclear, and very casual conversation. Over time, I found it beneficial to write out clear responses and create actionable items from these messages, rather than keeping it in short, broken up thoughts. And as Nam puts it, the better you can write, the more likely you are to own projects, drive change, and influence stakeholders. And the more clear, concise documentation that you have surrounding your work and your impact, the more you have to show at a performance review, leading to higher raises and even more promotions. The third aspect is to perform daily tasks with code or any other engineering skill that you're looking to improve on. Coding and engineering in itself are skills, and like any other skill, you need to put time and effort in to improve them. Sure, there are prodigies out there like there are in any other activity, but majority of the good programmers out there are as good as they are simply because they've wrote more lines of code. One of the ways to do this is to build a system in which you're practicing daily. James Clear in his book Atomic Habits states that goals will help provide direction and even motivation for a task. But a well-defined system will allow for the greatest outcome and usually will win out in a battle between goals and systems. And what I mean by a system is create a routine in which you're practicing daily. Can't solve simple coding problems? Go to LeetCode and solve one easy problem every single day, rather than solving 50 in one. The best piece of advice I've ever been given in how to improve my coding is try to solve your daily problems every day with code. Recently, I've been trying to get off social media, so I generated a Python social media password generator to change my passwords every month. Also, Christmas was a few months ago and all my friends were home for the holidays, so I created a Secret Santa matcher to send my friends all their Secret Santa so we can still do a Secret Santa when we're all back together rather than pulling names out of a hat. And even right now, I'm working on a little lamp to see if the world is happy or sad via Twitter. These are all solving daily goofy problems with code to make learning more fun and give me daily practice. After all, we remember what we create ourselves the best, so build up your own personal portfolio of all the solutions that you found to everyday nonchalant problems. The fourth aspect is working on your people skills. Whether it comes to interviews, working on a team, or given core results of a project, presentation and people skills are inevitable. Out of all the people that you may work with or all the different disciplines that are within a call, everybody's looking for something different. And as you learn how to manage people and move through the career, you need to keep your team and your interests in mind while also being empathetic to other people. Sometimes you may be asked to give feedback, and oftentimes it's very difficult without being too nice or too critical. It's a happy balance that you need to find the medium for. On the flip side, if you're working on a group project and if you're the lead or you're just assigned to the task and you feel a team member isn't pulling their own weight, are you going to let it slide and pick up the slack at your own expense, or are you going to address the problem right away? All of these scenarios are different types of people skills that you need to learn how to develop. Oftentimes when I've seen team members really struggling with a task, I'll offer them a helping hand. Those specific teammates have nearly always been willing to help me back when I'm stuck in a pickle the next time. Being a human to someone and not treating them like they're a number in a company will always pay dividends. In summary, just be the kind of person that you would want to have on your own team if you were running the project. The next aspect, do not hide your mistakes. I can nearly guarantee you, at some point in your career, you will make a mistake that will cost the company money, cause teammates time, and potentially impact a customer. We're all human. I've made mistakes in negotiating with suppliers, and I've even made mistakes that have cost my team up to 2 weeks of an additional work time. Am I proud of those mistakes? No, I'm not proud of those decisions, but what I am proud of is when I made those mistakes, I did not hide them. You may feel okay knowing that an issue might not be caught in an end product. However, issues have the potential to cause major issues such as recalls way down the line. When you identified a mistake that you made, tell people that you caused a problem. Tell people why you caused a problem and the thought process of what you were thinking in that moment. And even better, talk about how you can fix the problem that you caused. Come prepared with a solution. These steps help people address the concern and think about what we can do better next time in our product iteration. As I said before, we remember what we create ourselves best, and the human brain is wired to remember the negative more than it is the positive. So the more that you identify and solve these problems, the more solutions that you'll remember for the next time. If you're willing to admit mistakes, it shows that you're able to learn and not make them again in the future, and likely this will lead to you being able to take on more projects. Think about who you would want leading a project. Would you want somebody who hides their mistakes, or would you want somebody who tackles them head on and doesn't make it a second time? Me personally, I don't want somebody who hides. So yeah, over the 5 years that I've been in industry, I've learned a lot. I've grown technically, I've grown non-technically, I've grown anything else in between, and I'm still learning to this day. Out of all the skills I showed above, I'm not perfect in any one of them. It's something that I'm still constantly working on. Every single day, I challenge myself to get 1% better in all of the above. And in the long run, hell, this will pay dividends. So, I thank you all for watching. I hope you have all been able to take something away from this video and take some of these and improve your actions in your everyday engineering life. If y'all get the chance, please go check out Nadim's YouTube video because he voiced all these concepts in an incredibly effective manner, and I thank him for being a great inspiration for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing as it helps my channel and allows me to keep doing these. And with that, I'll talk to y'all next time. Thanks so much.